I got a few people who are really trusted by me, and they sent me some really good stuff. My man actually just sent me this, which, let's see. Have y'all heard this story? There's a nigga named BTB Savage. We're gonna watch a video on him. Here's a story. We're gonna try to skip through it a little bit, but he did a Vlad interview. Apparently, this guy's the guy from Detroit or something like that. Somebody tried to rob him and his girl. He ended up, or somehow the guy got killed. And I'm gonna try to get to the quick shit about it. But here we go.
Well, one day it was late. I was like, shit, they was gonna pay for the feature.
Exactly what happened leading up to the situation.
Listen to this.
Shit, they was always hitting me up to do music and shit like that. So I was like, all right, bet. Well, one day it was late. I was like, shit, they was gonna pay for the feature or whatever. We gonna do the song, and then they gotta do the promo with it. I was gonna do it at first. I wasn't gonna do it at first. Because it was so late. It was like damn near 10, 11. When I was talking to the girl I was with at the time, I'm like, shit, so I do this shit up, wait till tomorrow, and just meet him at a real studio. Like, and then, but I ain't gonna lie, I just wanted the bread. I'm like, all right, bet, they gonna pull up. I'm gonna grab the bread real quick, dip out, and then go back to the my other crib with my cousin there. So, shit, so last minute, I'm like, shit, just come on. They're like, we got our own studio equipment. Like, if I say something, they got something to respond to it. Like, oh, I don't got this. Oh, I got it. I got this. I got that. So I'm like, shit, pull up. Let's do the song real quick. So they pull up or whatever, and it's him. I mean, it's other people in the car. So I don't know how that go or whatever. I don't know if they was dropping them off or what. So boom, they both hop out. And I'm like, what's up? I'm talking to them. I'm like, what's up? What y'all on? Blah, blah, blah. They're like, oh, man, we just chilling. They're like, I've been trying to do this for the longest, bro. You be bullshitting and da-da-da. I'm like, all right, bet. We go inside the crib. And then they just talking and shit, like looking around. That's why I figured it was kind of weird they looking around when they first walk in my crib, like going like that and shit. But I just kind of didn't pay it no mind. I was just more of like, come on, let's get this out the way. I'm just gonna knock this out, 30 seconds out of rapping real quick, and now I'm done. I ain't tripping. So boom, they got down, started pulling out their equipment or whatever, or fake equipment. Like he pulled out a little box that it's a studio box, but like it got the mixer in it. It ain't have really shit in it. So then a dude, I guess the older dude, I ain't really know him like that. I don't know them like that. I didn't know him at all. So whenever he was talking to me, the dude I'm talking to for the feature or whatever, he talking to his uncle, like he like, oh, I ain't got this, I ain't got that. So his uncle said, go to the car and get more, like get the rest of the equipment or whatever. So I'm thinking like, damn, why would you? It should be the opposite way. You tell him to go. Cause we like the ones we locked in, we talked or whatever about the song, to do the song, and you gonna leave the random dude in my crib type shit. So when he walked out, I was kind of nervous, so I locked the door, both locks. And his uncle, he pulled out some bread. He like, oh man, we ain't on that. We not on no weird shit or nothing like that. You ain't gotta lock the doors and like that. He like, I'm a grown man or whatever. I was like, oh nah, bro, I just got PTSD. Like whenever he come and knock on the door, I'll just open it. Like that.
All right, chat. I know I kind of sprung this on you randomly. There's some more support and stuff I'm going to add to make this make sense. So this guy, his name is BTB Savage. There's a whole viral story on him, but you might have not seen it. If you haven't seen it, essentially he's a rapper. Apparently some guy hit him up saying, yo, let's do like a song. Let's do a feature. He was trying to like kind of like delay it, like, yo, we could do it tomorrow or whenever when we're at the studio. The guy was just like, no, I could bring everything now and I'll pay you now to do the feature. Let's do it right now. So he says, all right, okay, cool, come to my crib. The guy comes to the crib with a guy. They get in there. They're trying to set up. But then, you know, the dudes who are trying to set up said, oh, we forgot something in the car. He feels it's suspicious because the guy who he's supposed to do the song with, he's going for the equipment, not the friend that came along. So he locked the door this and third when the guy goes out to the car, and the other guy's in there now copping pleas to him. And he's probably realizing, wait, why are you saying this stuff? You know what I mean? Whatever.
Oh, I'm not gonna let nobody random person walk in my crib. And then he like, oh no, I respect that. And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, yeah, we be doing that shit. We be active too. He pulling out bread. He like, yeah, I've been doing this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I was like, shit, nah, for sure. Like, respect. Like, do your thing. I ain't tripping. I don't care. I actually don't give a fuck what they were doing. Just where the bread at. Like, pay for this shit and got out my face for real. So, while he talking, he asked me about my chain. He like, how much, what jewelry you go to, blah, 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 how much you hit you for? And I'm telling him like, oh yeah, I dropped the bag on this one. Da. And then right as I'm talking, I go down to look at my piece while he talking. I'm like, this one? I'm like, yeah, this one. While I'm looking down like that, that's when he upped the pole on me. And he like, oh yeah, run that. And he had a distance though. And I'm like, man, you got me fucked up. I ain't running shit. So
what the fuck? Nah, this nigga gangster. In a Vlad interview, you said a nigga up the pole on me and then he lights his cigar. Is that cigar? Is that a backwood? I don't know.
And he was like, shit, if you don't run that, I'm gonna blow you. And he was like, I'm gonna shoot you type shit. And I was like, bro, you dead ass serious right now? And he was like, I'll shoot your bitch, nigga. Run that shit. So while I'm sitting there, I'm talking to him or whatever. He like, run that. I'm like, nah, you got me fucked up, bro. What the hell you got going? And then he like, nah, well, I see you flexing on Instagram, where all that shit at? What that? Where is that? Like that. I was like, man, bro, all right, bro. I started taking off my chain first because he started asking about other shit, like, where is it? So I'm like, I'm giving what he want real quick. So I took off my chain and he's standing at a distance. He's still at a distance, so I can't like move quick and jump. So when he come over, he reached for the chain and he took the gun off of me. Right there, I hit him with like both of his arms under my armpit like this. And I like lean back like all the way back so his elbows lock up like that. So he holding the gun, he turn it and fire at the refrigerator. And then he like, run that. So I just fell back. Like if he would have like tried to hold back, his arm's gonna break. So I just jumped back and fall all the way back. And then when we fall down to the ground, his hand slammed under me. So he let the gun go. And then he tried to pull out, I don't know what he was pulling out, but I took his arm in again while he was on top of me on the floor. So his arms under me, both his arms under me. And I could feel the guns on my back. So I pushed my back all the way down and like bring him closer to me. I'm like, damn, come shoot him, bitch, come shoot him. I'm yelling at him, like, come shoot him. I don't know where she at. So I just keep tugging with him like that until I get rest of them shits out his hand. So then she run over there. She got damn shaking and shit. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, shoot him. So like, well, I swing my hip under him like that to put him on top of me, all the way on top of me. And then she's popping him in the back twice. Like, she's like, boom, boom. In the back, he's like, fuck. And this nigga turned into the motherfucking Hawk right there. You would think he would be the Hawk before he got shot. But right there, that's when I guess he got a full adrenaline rush. He started going crazy. Like, I ain't gonna lie, he got the edge over me. Basically to where I was on his back. He pulled the guns out and I got nervous or whatever. So I just swing off from under him and I get on his back and I start wrestling with him. And then I see he got 2 guns in his hand. So I'm like, where the fuck this nigga get 2 guns from? Like, what the fuck? So I'm holding him down like that. And I grab control of the gun because he got his hand on the ground trying to get up. So I'm all on his back. I put my left hand on the gun and the right gun, he aiming at the bitch or whatever. He like aiming at her head, trying to put the beam. So I'm grabbing his arm, like he really trying to aim and shoot at her face type shit. So like he put the beam on her head. And I'm like, run, bitch, run. Like, move out the way. And then she take off running. He fired 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, oh, no. So I when I grab him, I make him put the gun down. So he got both of his hands on the ground, but his hands still on the guns. And I don't got a good grip. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck you doing? My kid in that back room, fam, you tripping. I'm like, go ahead and get up out of here, bro. You already fired like 5 shots. It's hot. The police on the way. Whatever you trying to do gonna go bad for you. You're gonna go straight to prison. Like, go ahead and get the fuck up out of here. He like, no, I'm leaving with some nigga. I'm like, bro, you got.
This is after the nigga got shot already? What the fuck? Yo, where the fuck Vlad find this nigga at?
Here, and I was like, you got me fucked up, nigga. You dying. Fuck that. So I started going crazy, like getting all over him, just whatever we do to get the guns off of him. So while we on the ground tussling, he like, shoot through the door. Shoot through the door. So then I hear like, boom, like as if they tried to kick the door. As they tried to kick the door or whatever. I'm like, I'm still on top of him. So I'm looking at her. I'm like, pass me the gun. They're about to shoot through the door. Cause I was gonna lay down and just turn around and start dumping through the door. And then she's scared to go over there because they fired twice and they stopped. So it was like a 5-second pause. It was like boom, boom through my door. So I'm standing on top of him and he's steady trying to kick me towards the door. So he like pushing me, shoving me towards the door and I'm like moving his arms out the way trying to get on top of him. So then they fired 2 times to the door. I'm like, slide the gun. And he like kind of right by the edge of it's like an island in the middle. He kind of by the edge of the island. So it's like she can't go around there and grab that gun or slide the gun because I'm under like where his waistline is, grabbing all that shit. He trying to push me down. And I just keep crawling up him and grabbing him, belaying on the ground and keeping my head down.
What the fuck?
So while they firing through the door, they fired twice. I'm like, slide me the gun. She like, they shooting through the door. Like she don't want to run over there. And I don't blame her. It's her first time like even shooting a gun or shooting somebody. So I don't expect her to be on point about everything type shit. So I'm like, all right, baby. I'm like, shoot him. But after I said shoot him, but I probably said like 20 rounds just go off through my door. Boom, 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 boom. Back to back, non-stop. Like that shit was not stopping. I'm like, all right, bet. So boom, I'm still sticking down. And I tell her to shoot through the door. I'm like, shoot through the door.
I guess the other guy who went to the car is coming back and he realized the door is locked. So he's just shooting through the door trying to get in. He realizes his man is probably being subdued, right?
Fuck it, then. You don't want to slide me the gun, blow that bitch through the door then. So she shoot through the door twice. She like, boom, boom, and shoot through the door. And then they left him. Like, nobody shooting through the door, nobody kicking. You would think like, if you go on, I ain't gonna say if you're going to go do something like that, everybody gonna be on tack, like, especially if y'all call yourself family or whatever. You would think they partners gonna go all out. Like, once they shoot through the door, my door is weak at that point. All you could do is just step through it. Like, they didn't do nothing. They just completely left him for dead type shit. So I'm like, all right, oh, they scary. Like, that's when I knew I had the edge over. I'm like, oh, they left him. I don't hear nothing no more. Like, we tussling and fighting, I don't hear nothing. So we get over there by my couch and we just wrestling and shit. I'm like, come shoot him again, because he got one gun in his hand. I already got the other one out of his hand. So I'm like, come shoot him again, him again. And then he run over there, or she run over there and she aiming the gun, but he's sitting down and I'm like standing over him. And I'm like, bitch ass nigga, boom, I'm punching him. Bitch ass nigga, watch out. And then I hit him with a knee in the face. And that's when he started going into like panic mode, like going crazy, trying to grab for the gun and grab my leg. And then I'm like, shoot him. And then she like trying to aim, but he keep pushing me in front of him. Cause he's sitting down in between my legs, holding both of my legs like that. At that point, like he just started reaching for the gun. He just started trying to get me down. So I'm like moving over or whatever. And when I finally like push over and get my leg out the way, that my arm is on him, like in front of him. So when she fired the shot, the bullet hit me straight on my elbow. It just snapped. I'm like, oh, fuck, bitch, you shot me. So that bitch ass nigga didn't shoot me at all. Like, I don't know if they getting, you know what I'm saying? That he didn't hit me at all. Like, he was just straight soft, like weak. So anyway, goddamn, she shoot me on my elbow and instantly break. I'm like, fuck, you just shot me, bitch. What the fuck? Aim right. So whenever she do that, I move all the way out the way because my shit is completely broken, like dangling in the, I can see my whole bone out my arm. And I can only move my fingers in my full hand, but I can't pick it up straight like this. It's just hanging down like that. But it can move, it can grip at the same type of strength my right hand can at that time. So I'm still holding him down while my shit's bleeding out. And I'm holding him down so he don't slide over to that gun and they in the gunfight and I don't got a gun at all. So while I'm doing that or whatever, she shoot him again. Like after she shoot me in my elbow, I move all the way out the way. My shit broken or whatever. She pop him again in the shoulder or the chest, I think. I don't know where it hit him. But I seen him go like this. He like, fuck. And then we wrestling again on the ground. We just tugging up for that shit or whatever. So I kicked the gun and I'm thinking this away from him or like he good. So I step over to talk. I'm like, go grab my son and get your shit and let's fucking go like that. And I'm like, get the fuck up out of here. Let's dip. And then I see him still crawling over, like still moving and shit. Like,
stop it.
And
Stop
then
it.
like, I ain't gonna lie, where I kicked it, it was in the hallway, right? But he got towards it and it looked like he was moving towards where my son was. So I just instantly went in panic mode and I dove on him like as if I was diving in the pool, literally jumped on him and I'm on his back holding him down like tight like that. I'm like, watch out, bro. Watch the fuck out. What is you doing, bro? Get the fuck up out of here. Just go now. Like that. And then he was like, no, I'm leaving here with something. So I just, while we tugging, you can tell his.
So he said he's been shot in the elbow. but he can still grip people with that hand. Also,
I'm firing all the bullets for him. So when all the bullets empty, he like, oh, bro, my bad. Come on, bro, I got kids too, bro. Let me make it home and don't let me die or whatever like that. I'm like, bro, you good? I'm like, you good, nigga? I'm about to give a fuck about you. I hope you die, bitch, like that. I was like, you just said you're gonna kill my son. And then he was like, no, bro, it's not like that. I was like, fuck you, like that. So, boom, whenever I run to the back, I'm like, you got my son? And she's like, I'm picking him up now. So I heard that when she picked him up, she put the blanket over his head. But it's like the middle of the night. He's knocked out, got school in the morning. So he like, day is super tired. He in the middle of his sleep. My son sleep like that. So he got down. She put him on the shoulder. He stay asleep. She put the blanket over his head. He not seeing nothing. He just sleep on her shoulder. We walking out. And then right when she
if I listen to 50 minutes of this shit already.
come out, I'm standing by the bathroom watching her, waiting for her to come out so I can take everybody out at once. And then I hear like a boom. And I just tell her, I'm like, go to the bathroom. And then she start crying because she's scared. So I grabbed the knife from her and I put it on my hip. And I was like, chill out, shut the fuck up. I'm like, I don't know who in here. And then I hear him yell like, fuck. Like, I don't know what the fuck. Maybe they cleaned up. Maybe they grabbed sticks or whatever. Whatever was laying around, maybe they were trying to, I don't know what the fuck they did for real. I just was chilling in the back and she started crying like hella loud. Like, I wouldn't say loud, but loud enough to where somebody can hear you. So I smashed my hand on her mouth. I'm like, shut the fuck up before you wake my son up and he see what the fuck going on. So I'm like, I got my hand over her mouth, quiet as fuck. I'm like, shut the fuck up, like, be quiet. And then she like sitting in the back chilling. She like, all right, I'm about to go out there and check. So I pull a gun up and then I walk out there and I'm just aiming and I see him right there by the door. And then he crawled over by the side where my front door is. And it's like a little edgeway. He just lay right there. And then he like, while I walk by, he grabbed my foot. He like, come on, bro, take me with you, bro. I can make it to the hospital. I just need to go to the hospital. Oh, nigga, fuck you. Like, I ain't taking you no fucking hospital, boy. Your ass about to fry right here. And if they come save you, then they come save you. If not, then your ass toasty. You're gone. Last day. Last supper. Whatever the fuck he ate before he came there. That shit gone. So that was pretty much of that. After that, I rushed to the hospital. Well, I go down. I'm trying to stuff everything in the car. And my son wake up. And he see it. He like, oh, what's up, dad? But I'm already in the driver's seat, like hiding my elbow. I'm like, hey, we're going to play a little game. We're going to play a little game real quick. And I'm going to take you to your mama's house. And then he was like, what? I was like, you got to go like this and close your eyes. And then you can't open them until I tell you to open them. Or you're going to go to mama's house and get a toy. And he was like, okay. And he put his hands over his face. But I was doing that because the way my arm was, it was just hanging off. And I couldn't move it because it's like pressuring my bone on my elbow. So I just picked my arm up and put that motherfucker right here. And I'm like, take it off. And he take it off. I'm like, all right, man, he good. So when I dropped down, I got blood all over my arm and then whatever the fuck. So, reminder, I already dipped.
This is a long story, but goddamn.
I don't know where the fuck they at. I'm thinking they gonna be in the parking garage or something. Nobody in the parking garage at all. So I drop down or whatever, and then I stop. I'm like, oh, nah, I can't do it. I can't drive. Somebody got to come. So I call my boy. I'm like, hey, pull up. I gotta go to the hospital, bro. They got shot in my bone, bro. I'm like, you got shot? He was like, bro, where you at? I'm like, I'm downtown at the spot at my crib. He was like, oh, I was out eating with the bitch or whatever, bro. I'm 7 minutes away. I'm about to tell her, lift to the crib. I'm like, bet. So boom, he pull up, he swing around. I jump in the car. We go to the hospital. Shit, I pass out for like an hour or two. Cause I started losing so much blood, I started feeling weak. So I guess they plugged me up or whatever. I woke up with like an IV in my arm type shit. And then the police was like, are you good to talk? I guess they sat in there until I woke up. So are you good to talk? I'm like, what's up? And then shit, they asked me what happened. I broke down the story to him. I'm like, yeah, they were supposed to do this or whatever. Then he tried to rob me from a jury or take whatever he think was in the house. So boom. He like, all right, well, we just want to get your side of the story. We're gonna ask the girl at the time. The girl at the time I was with, they asking her too, but I guess they talked to her before me. They had already talked to her type shit. So the DEA pull up or whatever, and then I took a nap, and then some other dude walked in. He had on a jacket. He like, oh, I need to talk to you. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm just thinking it's a regular like not I wouldn't even say a homicide detective, just like a DEA officer, someone that's not motherfucking regular police type shit, like a regular federal agent. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm talking to him, whatever. I'm like, shit, somebody tried to rob me in my crib. He died. He got popped or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know what really happened after he got shot. I just jumped out whenever they kicked through the door. I was in a closet with her, cause I had a blood trail like that. Even the whole thing, the blood trail all the way to the closet. My arm broke at the time too. So I'm just my one hand over, like taking that shit. And then I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. Whatever. So I tell him all that, whatever. Then he was like, well, he died. And I was like, shit, good. Like, my fucking son was in there. I was like, so whatever go on, I ain't tripping. Like that, I did that shit for my son. I was like, he got it. He had to go. He had to die. Like that. And I was like, I couldn't really grab the time where it was time for me to grab the gun. She would have slid it. He could have grabbed it. So shit, I told her to blow him. That's what she got to do. I mean, shit, that's my girl at the time. So shit, if I step, you better step. There I go.
Okay, so you talked to the detective.
Yeah.
You explain, your story. She explained her story. The stories matched up, obviously. So they basically said it's self-defense. You're free to go.
Yep, because at first, I ain't gonna lie, they said the stories didn't match because I ain't telling my son was in there because I was too scared to lose him. I'm like, fuck what they gonna say if I say my son in there. But then when that homicide detective came up, he like, oh, he died or whatever. And he like, was there a kid in there? I was like, nah, there wasn't no kid at all. I was like, I don't know, he was just there. And then the other lady came in, but my girl had already told him that the kid was in there. So she was like, the stories are mixed up. I'm like, hell nah. I was like, what story you got? She was like, well, they're not mixed up for real, but just a part about your son being there. I'm like, oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I left that shit out because I was scared. So I told him, I'm like, shit, I left that shit out. I ain't trying to lose my son. That's all I got for real. Like, that's all I damn near, that's my only push, like, to keep going for real type shit. So goddamn.
All right, man. So he killed, I guess his girl killed some dude. Here's the funny part that I found out, right? Let me see if I can find it. What the fuck? Give me a second. Oh boy. So many shit going on. So many things. Where can I find this thing? Anyway, he posted something, and people think this was what led to him being killed. BTB Savage. Let me see. Apparently, wait, hold on. Let's chill. There's a crime scene footage of it. Lord Jesus. Oh my God. So apparently that dude we just watched tell this whole thing. What in the fuck? And by the way, apparently it's from San Antonio. Okay. This is what I wanted to show y'all first. Apparently, and by the way, trigger warning for everybody. Apparently, he posted a video or he posted a picture of him in the same apartment where it all went down. So he went back there and posted a picture type shit of him being in the apartment. And this is where it all went down. You see all that blood and stuff like that? Jesus Christ. So he posted this picture. And this picture right here, you could clearly see mad gunshot. It kind of matches up with the story. Blood here, just mad gunshot through the that's 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a lot of bullet holes through this shit. Wow. And he posted this literally Yo, he posted this at 4 p.m. today, or like yesterday, whatever you want to call it. March 30th, look at the time. 4 p.m. He posted this. Now what we're hearing, and you know, Vlad did the interview. You go on Vlad's page, Vlad is reporting that he died. So he did so this all happened in a week. He did an interview with Vlad, right? Let's scroll down and see if we can see when Vlad posted that he did. I don't know if he posted to his Instagram first. Because here's the thing. I think this story is only kind of like super popular because he died. So 4 days ago, Vlad did the interview. 4 days ago, Vlad did the interview, right? 4 days ago. He posted a picture today, March, or like earlier in the day, right? March 30th, right? And then, and this is huge trigger warning. By the way, yo, to my man, Drill, if you're putting this up, you blurring all this. We're blurring all this type of stuff, bro. Okay? Then this is supposed to be a video of the aftermath of when he died, which is a couple hours later. So right when he posted this, because it still looked like it's daytime wherever this is. Look at this. They said this was his car. Look, crime scene video of his murder. Look. Jesus Christ. Look. That's 4 shots right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jesus, is even more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Nah, they went crazy. Jesus Christ. Wow. And they claim this is the crime scene footage. So you see this, and I don't know what's here. I don't know if this is him, because this car looked completely shot up. But they have somebody who's under a sheet here. Wow.
Damn, I wasn't going for that. And they just was like, yeah, you good now. It's not nothing serious. We just wanted to know. But it's self-defense. Like, we already ruled it self-defense.
Okay. And this whole thing happened in your apartment?
Yeah.
So did they come in and pick up the body? And I mean, essentially, there's still blood all over your apartment.
Yeah, they didn't even clean up. They just grabbed them and left.
Okay. Have you cleaned up the apartment since then?
Yeah. Cleaned up and left. So that did what it is. I ain't gonna stay in there. Goddamn.
Yeah.
The souls might pop up.
Okay. Well, the guy who died, you didn't know him. But the guy that tried to book the feature from you, you know who he is.
No, I knew of him. Like, I don't know his name. I don't talk to him like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when the police asked you about the feature and everything else like that, did you tell them who it was?
No, I didn't really know him like that. So I mean, how could I, you know what I'm saying, really tell him what's up? Like, they're like, what's his name? Where does he live? And shit like that. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's just somebody doing the feature. Like, we always see each other at the shows, whatever. Then boom, we run into each other on the outside. He like, let's do the song. I'm like, shit, push up. And then I guess that's when he came with them 4 people. And then I thought they was dropping them off because they hopped out the back and they just walked in with the box. So I'm like, all right, that's their shit. Like, it wasn't no little box. It was like a real studio box, some shit that a guy carried.
Right, but the guy that robbed you, it seemed like the other guys were in on it too, because they tried to get in the room, they shot the door, they're involved in this whole situation as well.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. At first, I didn't even know like what was going down for real. I didn't even expect it. Like, I wasn't thinking about, oh, I might get robbed type shit. I'm like, all right, bet they doing a song. He said it's good. I'm talking about he hopped out the car with a wad of money. Like, if you put it in this, it's gonna bulge out. And you see it. It looked like 20,000 down there. So I'm like, oh, they pulled up with the bread. Like, it's good. It's on the floor. Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, there's too many situations out there like this. Like Ben Jay from the New Boys, I did an interview with him, and he had a situation somewhat similar where a guy showed up to try to buy some weed from him, and he ended up, basically pushing through the door and pulling out a gun, and they ended up tussling, and then Ben Jay ended up killing him in self-defense. And, he still goes through PTSD with that whole situation. He was actually crying when he was describing the situation.
Man. Wow. I'm pretty sure this is more to the story than he's telling. You could tell he clearly is not trying to be a snitch. I'm pretty sure the police are working the leads of knowing who the person is who booked it. They're probably going to arrest them too. But think about the lives that were lost over some dumb shit. The guy who came with him, who was locked in a room, got killed. He who definitely wasn't trying to do no fuck shit, at least with that situation, because probably somebody was killed, they felt like they probably had to do some type of revenge shit. And they killed him earlier today. Also, him just not realizing like what's at stake here. He's on a Vlad interview just basically very nonchalantly talking about how he killed this guy. Wow. Wow. Anyway, let's talk about a few other things. Damn, there's shit, some heavy stories in here, ain't it? Real quick, if you guys don't know, Tory Lanez has actually filed an appeal. So Tory Lanez's lawyer finally filed an appeal, and we're gonna read what he's filed an appeal for. So, he was supposed to be sentenced soon, and the appeal has been filed. Now, let us actually see if we could find the grounds that he's filed this appeal for, right? Now, if you ask me, the main thing that needs to be addressed in filing the appeal, let me see.